good team? What's going on? Back with another video, and today we're going to go for a big leg session. Quite enjoying these little voiceovers, so I'm going to take you through just basically a couple of my starting exercises that I did on this leg session. And the first exercise is a front squat. Really enjoying the front squat. Really enjoying the depth that I can get into it. It really feels like I am utilizing my quads and my glutes effectively when I'm doing this. It is a bit funky to get into, so you can have a different hand position. You see my hands there are like kind of bent backwards. It doesn't look all that comfortable, but it really is not too bad when you're in it. But I recommend doing a bit of wrist stretches and stuff like that before you warm up into this one. So before you've actually done any sort of front squatting at all, definitely warm up your legs. Obviously get your joints all ready and your muscles warmed up, and then do some sort of wrist mobility warm-ups as well. So weights wise, I did I worked up to 100 kilos for 3 sets of 5 on the front squat, and then we switched it up and did the same sort of structure for back squats. I'll put the reps and stuff on the screen so you'll be able to see as I go along. But yeah, on the back squats went up to 140 for 3 sets of 5. You'll probably find, like, if you do front squats first, your back squats are going to suffer a little bit with regards to how much you can lift, but 140 is still a decent weight to be able to push. Yeah, really enjoying doubling these two up. And if you haven't tried the front squat, I definitely recommend it, and you can really kind of sit quite low into them as well, so it's really effective. What's going on? So we have done our front squats, now on to some back squats. We're basically just aiming to hit our compounds, use most of our energy on the heavier lifts, and then go into stuff like lunges and isolation things like leg extension and leg curls and things like that. So starting off with the heavy things, using most of our energy up, and then really finishing them off with the lighter things later on.
I know why they ain't know me, so I switched spots. Now we're running out of fuel, so fuck a pit stop. I've been ballin' since a youngin', so I take shots. She just wanna fuck me cause she know I get guap. I hit the jackpot, you a mascot. I want big rocks on my wristwatch. I know why they ain't know me, so I switched spots. Now we're running out of fuel, so fuck a pit stop.
So we'll go over some lunges. I'm doing some static ones pretty much. That basically means I'm just going to be staying in the same spot. Usually I prefer to do walking lunges, but there's a bunch of like strength people out doing some different bits and bobs with like the farmer's walk. So we're going to just stay in one spot, do our lunge. But this is such a good exercise. I honestly really recommend it. It really works your core as well because of the balance aspect of it. So give it a shot. So shaky. Alright, settle down. Ladies, one at a time, please. One at a time. On to the next exercise we're going for is a leg curl. Personally, I like to do them lying down rather than a seated leg curl where your knees bent inward. I just find that there's less pressure on like the front of your leg when doing it. So I always go for a lying leg curl. There is a couple of different variants, but they usually look very similar to this. And what you really want to do is just really, like with any isolation, don't like do it real fast.
okay? We're looking to be really controlled with the movement. Come up, squeeze, really squeeze, slow, slow, slow on the way back down, okay? So concentric can be quite powerful. Squeeze at the top, slow, 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 back down to the stretch bot. I'll give you a demo anyway. Just make sure with these as well, when you're on this, you don't want your hips to lift off, yeah? So your hips are planted into here and you kind of pull yourself in, and the only thing you want to be pulling with is the hamstrings, yeah? Get yourself seated in. Squeeze. Just like that. Hurts, but doing any isolation movements, you just really want to control it, and you'll feel it. You'll know exactly what I mean when you do it. I like to do this one, superset with a donkey calf raise. And the reason I like to superset with this is because of the angle, it really stretches out your hamstrings from the previous exercise, and then obviously works the calves as well. So don't neglect your calves. You don't want to be like wearing shorts and having skinny little calves at the back. Exactly that. So you might not have this in your gym, but you can do a standing calf and a seated calf as well. With calf movements, right, because you're on your toes all the day, your calves can put up with quite a lot, okay? So what you don't want to do is go really light and then just rep it out like this. You don't want that, all right? So stick some decent weight on, make it a bit of a struggle. 12 to 16 reps is perfectly good, but then really control, like the same on the other movement, squeeze at the top, slow, 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 and then stretch. That's the best way to grow them. Alright, finish all the legs. That's the best I've got for now, but that's pretty much what my leg day is looking like at the minute. Just remember to start with your compounds, use your energy up on the heavier stuff, and you don't need to do like 12 to 20 reps on that sort of thing. So if you're going heavy and you're doing your compound movements, 5 reps, 6 reps, anywhere around there is perfect. Just really try and push yourself, and if you've got a spotter, that's even better, because you'll be able to add a little bit more weight and still feel comfortable doing the correct form. And then move on to your isolation exercises and burnout. Yeah, things like lunges are super, super good for getting your stability. So I like to include that right up in the middle, and then the exercises like the machines. So if you're doing, like I say, a leg extension, a leg curl, like what you see, or calf raise, just do them off near the end. If you do find yourself skipping calves, okay, it won't affect your compound lifts too much to be able to do that, because it's just a couple of groups of muscles. So if you want to get that done first, get your calves nice and firing, and then go into your compound movements to start off with. That's totally fine if you find yourself skipping calves, because I know a lot of people get to the end of their workouts and they're like, oh, sorry, I can't be arsed, no one cares. But don't skip your calves, alright? That's the structure of how I like to do legs. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in another video. And again, like always, if you have any ideas or anything you want to learn, or any routines that you want me to take you through, put it in the comments below. We'll get a video done and shot for you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you shortly.